You know who this is. I don't need an introduction. And neither does my mate Andy, the big jock from
Good
Scotland.
evening.
How Andy,
Good evening, sir.
the big yin.
Big yin.
How you doing? All right.
Medium size yin. Maybe the medium size yin.
Aye.
How you getting on? All right.
I'm all right, mate. I'm not bad. How are you, Andy? Are you all right?
I am now. I just literally just got back, so I've just been had a manic evening. So
What do
I
you
should
think?
be having a. I should
Go
really
on.
have a vodka, but I've not had a vodka the last few zooms, so I'm being a good boy.
I thought you only have that on your frosties in the morning, Andy. You jock.
I've
What do you
got an
think?
empty glass here teasing me.
What do you think to my thumbnail of Adam Casserole? I am Team Adam Casserole. So Bricktop. Oink oink.
Team Adam.
I've just been watching Farage and Groves on this boxing news thing. It was quite good actually. And there's 15
All right.
left. They're just up to the quiz. Him and Groves are doing a quiz. No, I couldn't see that about 9 years ago. Only quiz I could see. Only quiz I could see 9 years ago was George being tortured in Froch's garage. And George squealing like a stuck pig.
You could see them on that golden ball, steel or share, right? It'd be
You know,
that would have made for a good episode.
unbelievable. But yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. I'm doing my best. I've still got that virus, and I think I'm going to be another week or something. But we're getting there. It's tough shit. It's tough, isn't it? Life.
On the mend.
Yeah. Well, me
Yeah,
immune
that's it. Health
system.
your wealth. You can't buy your
Yeah.
health.
Yeah. Do you know what? Robbie Reed once said that to me right years ago. You know, we had a chat in Bulgaria in an hotel lobby, just having a couple of coffees and having a chat about life in general because he don't drink, Robin. And I was like,
Right.
I was dying to get steamed up. And we were sat there, me and Johnny Roy drinking coffee and we were shooting breeze. And he says, you know what, Russ, like? You know, because he's got that Scouse accent and he's from Sefton. And you know what, Russ, like? Health is wealth. Kept saying all week. He's right, like. And Roch
Right
always
though.
said that to me. You know, your health's more important than anything. And he's right. He is right. And do you
Yeah.
know what? This last couple of weeks, I've been so frustrated. It's broke up my routine kind of thing. I've got into a good routine this last 18 months. And it's kind of broke it up. And you feel like not dirty, but you like
Feel.
when Julian's sending me messages and videos of him in his gym and that. And I'm thinking, yeah, nice one,
No,
Julian. Tool.
frustrated.
No offense, Julian. But not, yeah, it's frustrating, I think, and a bit envious, like, because he's set into a good routine now, Julian again. Because
Yeah.
for a month he wasn't doing much, and you can easily pile it on, can't you?
I need to get into a better routine myself. I need to get back to the gym, and I just find myself swimming, but I was swimming quite a bit, and then I was going for a swim in a sauna. I find myself sitting in the sauna for longer and swimming less, And but last night I had a good swim last night, so I need to get back on it, make an effort.
Do you know what I did about 3 months ago? I trained really hard for 14 days. Every day except Saturday, Sunday, right? Just no light weights and that, doing a bit of a walk, bit of a jog, but it's just doing something basically.
Aye.
Every day, a couple of times a day, whether it be light weights or a walk or a bit of a jog. Anyway, and for 2 weeks I ate what I usually eat, back in the day, load of shit, and then I ate clean for 2 weeks. Ricky Theo told me to do that. He said, you'll see difference. And you know
Oh,
what?
aye.
Believe it, mate. Even
Yeah.
even if you like, I get on scales religiously every 24 hours. And even if some days I'd like feel like I wanted to cheat, I didn't. But nowadays, when I do it, if I try it 2 or 3 days and I have like you might cheat, you might just have, I might be starving at middle of the night, I'll go downstairs, I'll get a spoon of peanut butter, I'll shove it down me. And it does make a difference, even like a bit of milk in your
Oh,
coffee and all that, and it all alters your
yeah.
metabolism and everything. It ain't just the taste of it and that food, it's what it does to you. And I think that if you eat clean, that's half a battle. Even all greatest athletes, and even like if you read bodybuilding magazines, them that really wanted it, like your Ronnie Coleman's and them, They starved themselves to death, but they would eat correctly anyway till they got down to that point. And it's all in what you eat. It ain't about how you train and what you shove in your body to get to look right. If you want to look right aesthetically, you've got to eat correctly.
Yeah.
You want to get down to a proper waist, 32 waist, say a 40 chest or something. Average bloke, not 10% body fat or something like me, 10, 11%. I'm never higher than that. Want to get down to that, you've got to eat correctly. That's all it is, I think. You've got to cut out shit out. Said to Julian, cut out shit. He did it for 1 week, crisps, I think, and bits of chocolates and stuff. And you soon make a difference, don't it? I think so, anyway.
I noticed my taste changed altogether. I stopped eating chocolate for like 23 weeks or something. I used to eat a lot of chocolate. And see, when I try to eat it again, it tasted really, really sweet. And I'm like, a lot sweeter than I remember, but my taste had also adapted.
You're having it every day, are you?
Yeah, I've not gone back to it. I've stayed away from it.
It's like smoking weed, isn't it? Do you know me, right? I'm not bragging here, right? I used to smoke a quarter of weed a day. I'm a 7 gram man. Every single day of weed. You add that up, 40 quid a day, 30 quid a day. Soon adds up, doesn't it? You end up having to buy a big load of it just so you feel like you're getting a good value. And then before you know where you are, you've got to go get 600 fags from abroad to get good value. And it's on and on and on. You know what? I don't miss any of that. I don't miss it. I don't miss shoving up my nose. I don't miss it. No,
I'm lucky. I've never ever smoked it, so
I don't even miss drinking, to be honest. I don't mind having an odd couple of pints and that. I don't miss it. Every now and then.
Yeah.
If you meet up with right company, you can do 8 to 10 pints, can't you?
If the crack's good, you can have loads of drink, and then if you can go out and just have a few drinks, and if there's no crack, you just feel rubbish. And after a few drinks, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's like I said to my mum and dad yesterday. We're going to a funeral next week. My cousins are. My dad goes, "Oh, you're going to be drinking and that?" Because I got steamed up, didn't it? Last one I went to. I went, "Do you know what, Dad? No, I'm not. I'm going to go and have a coffee and then go home after an hour." He went, "Oh." I could see it when I could hear the chins falling on the floor as if a load of shit is just said.
Prove I'm right. Prove I'm wrong now.
Yeah, I might do. And then come home and get steamed up. Now I'm not bothered about it. Do you know, hey, I'm not being funny. I've just been downstairs for a drink and forgot to bring it back up. It was just a glass of pop. There's about 12 cans of Stella in the fridge and they've been in there a week, so I can't be that bothered, can I?
Yeah, that's it.
Do you know what I mean? But I used to have a mate, he's passed away now, Steffi Bull's cousin. He used to come down to my house. He was called Paul Bullcroft. He has got a brother called Paul, actually, Steffi, but it's not him. Right. Cousin who died. He used to come down to my house and he'd go in the fridge and he'd go, "God, you've still got them Guinness from last week." and I'd go, "Oh yeah, I haven't got around to drinking them. Why?" And he'd be, "Oh, I won't be able to sleep at night. I had them in my house." I said, I used to be like that when I used to have gear stashed in garden. I just couldn't sleep. If I wasn't going right in my life, I'd had an argument. That way, I'd go.
Have a Guinness.
I thought, I saw you get down to that shed and get that trowel out for me, love. and then you need a scream from garden. It's not here. I probably 6 months later, it'd be somewhere else. You know what happens, isn't it? Anyway.
It's like a squirrel hiding its nuts. They never find half them again, do they?
Yeah, that's it. Well, that time, what was that other time? I'm trying to think of this. My kid's mum always tells a good story. I said, "You've had that money, you 2,800 quid had gone missing." 6 months later, this is when I lived in Cunnersborough and I'm having a piss. I'm back at shed and I seen it in a carrier bag, like a carrier bag thing, but it were the side of this tyre. And I thought, is that what I think it is? And I picked it up. I went running in the house, then going, like. You went berserk that night. But anyway, listen, that's what it does to. So drugs are for mugs and boozers are definitely not cruisers. Although it's all right to go on a mini cruise every now and then, Andy, as you well.
Every now and
then. You've had one already, haven't you? Tonight you've had a couple, haven't you?
No, that's what I'm saying. I've got an empty glass here teasing me. I've got optics. I've got my optics there, but I've Coke Zero.
You
No
remind me of
sugar.
that Mo Pryor. Do you know that boxing promoter from York Hall?
Mo Pryor.
Mo Pryor, yeah, he's doing a bit of work with Big Ron, isn't he? Well, when
Right.
I remember going to York Hall with Big Ron, Chris Smedley, Liam years ago. Mo Pryor were there with Burger King and chips. And he had a Coke Zero like you. And I'm like, go on, Mo. Pushing 27 Clem, and he's got Burger King and burger and chips and that, like, and he's got a Diet Coke. There's a lot
Crazy,
going
eh?
on in boxing lately. I want to talk about the Adam Catterall situation. Now, I've just had a quick 10-minute chat. I'm going to ask your opinion on it. What you thought about Bricktop ambushing him with that liquor. Umar, yeah, Umar, you liquor. Umar, TNT Sports, Umar. What do you
I
think? What
think
do you think, Sir
he.
Andy?
I think if Bricktop had an issue with Adam Carter, he should have gone on Talk Sport and discussed it there on
Yeah.
an open forum. No outside of a ring when he's not expecting it, and that's taken him by surprise and started grilling him, didn't he? But it was a bit out of sorts. But it's the Coogan put him up to it. I don't know.
I don't know, but years ago he rung here. Well, when I lived in Cunningham, Bricktop rung me. 3 Fridays on trot. I'm not going to tell the story today because I've told it. It's in a video. I'm just waiting for a thumbnail, and people will. I'm not even sure if it's gone out or it's ready to go out, but people can make their own assumptions. I think I spoke about it before and that. Look, Bricktop has a bit of power in boxing, right? He's not going to go around and give you a slap, but I don't doubt that he does know naughty people and that. But people like him, they don't bother me, right? He's never done a day in stir in his life. Never done a day in stir in his life. Adam Catterall is more bothered about his job at Talksport. He's a young lad with a blossoming career, and he's destined to do things. He's not going to rock the boat. But Bricktop wouldn't have took liberties like that with anybody from my ilk or anybody as their upbringing. To me, Adam Catterall's obviously he's probably been university and all that. He's not like me, is he? I wouldn't have that, and I know a lot of people that wouldn't have that. That would bullying. And then my IFL lot should be embarrassed because they've only done it to have a dig at Talksport. Because let's have it right. If you go onto the analytics, you will see the decline in IFL in their views and how long they're holding the interviews for. For example, if Coogan's doing an interview with somebody, how long are the crowd watching? I know how long they watch on my videos, and I'm impressed by it. On some videos, Coogan's, the people are turning off after 4 and 5 minutes. Why is that on a 30-minute interview? It's because it's the same old shit. And when they do that, they don't share that video. That's why Eddie's numbers have gone down on there. It's like a decline, isn't it? And Eddie's not repaired that decline, has he? For example, look at all the heavyweights Bricktop's got. How has he done that? He's done it through sheer hard graft and planning. You've got to give it. Whereas Eddie Hills, the Iceman, has been too busy promoting himself, telling us about all these people that he's knocked out and how good looking he is, and blah, blah, blah. We put all his eggs in one basket with Big Meech, didn't he, Joshua?
Yeah. And Conor Ben, eh? And Conor Ben defending
Conor Ben and Dylan White. Conor Ben, Dylan White, and Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, scared of his own shadow. He's on his 8th trainer. 8th trainer, yeah? We both agree on that. So he's on his 8th trainer since he's took up boxing. That Sean Murphy, then he's worked with 7 other people. He's now working with Boxer Size Ben and Lee Wiley. Good luck to him, right? Conor Ben's a drug cheat, 2-time drug cheat, 4 adverse findings. They still not explain that. And got a license. Can't even get the Eubank fight, and it's dead and buried, I've been told. Dead and buried, right? That's done. And who's the other one? Dylan White. Is he a 4-time drug cheat if we count combat sports? So they're busted flushes. Joshua, there's been rumours for years, him having a therapeutic exemption certificate. Nobody ever asked the question about that, do they? Why is that? Why is that? Nobody puts it on him about his racial comments, Eddie Chambers, Black Lives Matter, don't buy out from white shops, all that nonsense. He's had a free run, and now we're not even that Dev Sandwich isn't even allowed to ask him any questions. That
was shocking, eh?
What is that?
That was shocking, eh? I couldn't believe that. He just looked like a big
Who's he got?
spoiled
Who's
kid.
he got now? Who's he got?
He's got, well, the people that aren't drug cheats. He's got, he's got Big Meech. He's got three guys on that show, isn't he? Has he got?
He's
Has he
got
got
Johnny
Bivol?
Fisher. He's got
Got
Johnny
Johnny Fisher. Bosh, bosh.
Why is it, right? I'm not being funny, right? No matter what Johnny Fisher does in his career, let's have it right. No matter how hard that kid trains, and he's like a programmed cyborg fence sitter, isn't he? He daren't say boo to a goose. Everybody's his pal. He's got no opinion whatsoever. He's as bland as a flour sandwich, isn't it? Get 2 slices of bread and pour some home fried flour into the middle of it, and then try and eat that. That's the Johnny Fisher sandwich.
A soda sandwich, eh?
Yeah, that's who he's got, right? So where is it? Johnny Fisher, right, is a nice enough kid, but when people mention his name to me, it reminds me when people go, "Oh, Dave Allen's on tonight," and then everybody in pub starts laughing like he's like the light-hearted entertainment. A bit like when Les Battersby and Jack Duckworth roll up in a scene in Corrie, isn't it? It's the light-hearted entertainment, isn't it? Well, that's what it is, isn't it? Do you see where I'm coming from? So who has he got? Is that what Johnny Fisher's going to be? Because no matter what Johnny Fisher does, he's basically a bit of a laugh, isn't he? It's a laugh. And why is it a laugh? Because of all them clowns is surrounded by him. Nobody takes him serious. Not even when he goes out of town sparring. They all think it's a bit of a joke when they see him. That's not the kid's fault. That's Eddie Hearn's fault. Eddie Hill's the Iceman for having him behaving like a nodding dog. Like O'Hara Davis, they told him to dye his hair yellow, didn't they? Did you see when he dyed his hair yellow, O'Hara? To try and be different. What clowns are they getting people to do that?
Madness, eh?
Hey?
It's desperation, eh? It's absolute desperation.
So who's he got then, Eddie Hills? Who's he got now? He's clinging on for dear life. Listen, mate. Do you know all I can hear? All the way from Saudi when they were out there, not Wembley for that Saudi fight, the Saudi fight press conference. Where would it at that now? Wembley or wherever it was at? Hey,
anyway,
all I could hear was slurp, slurp, gobble, 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 slurp, slurp. That's all I could hear. And we know we're doing that, don't we? Pop, pop, bang. Well, we know, don't we? We're doing it, don't we? We're ready. Gobble, 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 slurp, slurp, slurp. Hills.
That's it. Listen, he's like one of the goats at an animal farm that you got to feed there. And it's blah, blah, blah.
Listen, mate, I've just seen him today, right? He's done 9 interviews today with all big knobs, and he's going, I only give people who are a small channel a couple of minutes. Like, oh, dear. You know, if you're big, get a good half an hour of me. 15 minutes to an hour, depending on how big you are. Well, so he hasn't changed, has he? And then they're asking him about Adam Cattrall, who's worked his set into that position he's in now. And he's done that through studying and doing what he's done. And our graft, he ain't had a leg up like Eddie Hills, the Iceman, has he? Running around with his invented pro career or amateur career, whatever. Adam Cattrall's done that, and they're saying, "What did you think to that?" Well, Frank were right in order, and then that's all I've seen all the way through today. What a tool! What a tool! And you know what people are saying? Well, now Eddie's on Skid Row, you might be Team Eddie again, Big P. I've gone because you know Eddie, once he's cashed out here, he might be gone him because I don't signing anybody. Nobody wants to work with him, do they?
He'll be gone in 2 years, eh?
Hey?
He'll be gone in 2 years' time. Within 2 years, I think.
You know what I mean?
He's pissed everybody off. He's just annoyed everybody. He went to America playing the big shot and wound everybody up over there, eh? And then basically come back with his tail between his legs, as far as I can gather, eh? But he's now Bricktop's T-boy, eh?
Listen, mate, yeah, he's Bricktop's T-boy, mate. But let me tell you this: I've just seen him right on that presser. And do you know what? He tried to front it out, mate, didn't he? Do you know what sat there with Big Meech? And then when they come over and get Big Meech, he won't even answer any questions because he's a programmed big stiff. He's a programmed big stiff, right? Big dummy. Who don't answer any questions unless he knows what's coming back. What sort of a sportsman is he?
He's got no. If he hasn't got a script, he's lost.
Hey, what sort of a sportsman
Yeah.
is he? And then I see him on that Louis Theroux. Why didn't he give IFL that interview? You know
I've
why,
not
don't
watched
you?
that yet. I've not watched that yet. I'll have to watch that.
You never give IFL that interview, did you, big mate? Why not? Hey, I'll tell you why not, shall I? Because they burnt too many bridges, IFL. And that's probably why Umar, TNT Sports, Umar has burnt rubber.
Yep, he's gone, isn't he?
He's gone, Umar, IFL, Umar, no more. Okay. Does Fury fight Usyk? I'm going to say no, not in February 17th. I think it won't be then. I think it'll be put back again.
I'm going to say yes.
You're going to say
I think.
yeah. Why? Because they've had a
I
presser.
think. I mean, I'll believe it when I see the weigh-in, but I think he's got to. He's got to. He's got to fight him. But I don't think he's confident. I think he was losing the plot of that, shouting and all this shouting and sweat. I disagree. I don't mind a bit of shouting and that. That's fair enough. Sell the show, but I don't think it needs selling. It's a fight that sells itself. But all this, what annoyed me a bit was the swearing now, because if you've got young kids, should be looking up to people like him, seeing him as a former role model, and if I've seen him swearing, and it's just crudeness, isn't it? It's unnecessary. You can be funny without doing that, you know.
Yeah.
But I think Usyk's hilarious. Did you see him doing his impression of Tyson Fury, beach, rabbit? I thought he's hilarious. But there's something mystical about him because he's kind of broken English and that, and he needs some of the stuff translated and nothing phases him. He can't
Mate,
get inside.
listen, mate,
Can't get
all
inside.
boxers are nutcases, mate. They're nutcases to get in. That's everybody,
To
women.
get out in the first place.
And he's one of the biggest nutcases out there, Usyk. It's just that boundaries have been set in his discipline, whereas Tyson,
Aye,
you can see upbringing he's had, no boundaries have been set, have they? Why would you speak to
aye,
people like he speaks to people like that?
yeah. I
Speaks to
mean,
people
Usyk's
like I do, but there's no boundaries been set with me, but he hasn't been like me. He's not like me, is he? Totally. There's the Tyson Fury's never been in trouble, has he? So why does he carry off like that?
aye.
Hey.
I mean, Usyk is a machine, I think, and I think Fury now realizes Fury's never fought anybody with his skill set in his life. I mean, the guys he's fought, I'm not knocking Fury. He's a brilliant boxer and he's huge skill set himself, but he's never fought anybody else with that kind of skill set. He's always been the more skillful fighter in fights, and now he's come up against a guy that at least at minimum matches his skill set, and he's quicker. He's going to use Fury's size against him. I think he's going to make Fury's size work against him. So
Fury's a bully, mate. He's always biggest in ring anyway, in weight and height, isn't he?
yeah, yeah,
He's heaviest, he's tallest, he's got longest arms. So you're up against it. He's a side fighter, and he gets up when you knock him down. So Usyk's going to have to be a bit special to beat him. But in my eyes, boxing's about timing, and he's way off the pace. He's way off. And best thing about it is, his father knows it as well. And his father, they've been telling him, they've been saying, listen, you're way off here. What are you doing? You're making a big mistake. His dad will want him to rein it in till about April, but he's got his mouth up on it because they need to get it done for the end season, don't they?
When was the last time he had a big challenge? It was probably the third Wilder fight, and that's probably is that a couple of years ago now?
Yeah, the third Wilder fight, and he looked to me like he weren't fit for that.
No, he wasn't. I think he didn't have an ideal camp, did he? He had to fight, so he could big man Wilder, because he's a lot heavier than Wilder. But I don't know if I'm not sure he'll be able to big man Usyk the way I thought he could have done. You know, I've always thought he could big man Usyk now, but I don't know. There's something about Usyk that's he's something special. I think Usyk.
He's a special fighter, isn't he? He's seen every style, you know.
Yeah.
If you go through his amateur record, right, what has he got? 300 he's lost 15 out of about 360 fights or something like that.
It's mad, it's
rematched 10 or 11 or something, whatever. But point I want to make is if you go through it actually, the whole lot, he's fought guys up to 6'7.5". So that Fury's no bigger than that. He's not 6'9". Ian. Big shows that, and he towers above him. Big show, you know.
Yeah.
So
wrestler guy.
Yeah, he ain't that. So let's say Fury's 6'7.5" or 6'8". Who's seen that before?
Yeah.
Seen that rangy style. He's seen every style. He's seen the Mike Tyson style, the peekaboo. He's seen every single style, and still not been beat. So what makes you think that he's going to beat him?
I'll tell you something else. I think it'll be a distance fight, but don't be surprised if Usyk drops Fury. And it'll not be necessarily through a massive power punch. It'll be through a punch he doesn't see coming, because Usyk's a genius at creating angles.
Yeah.
Standing in front of him, creating angles that are unbelievable, really. I don't think there's no many fighters, no heavyweights I've seen doing what he does, really.
Yeah. Oh, somebody's just sent me some. Oh my God. Tony, you got greedy. You got greedy. Oh my! I can't watch it.
Is he on the kangaroo testicles yet?
I'm not going to watch it and vote for him every night. But I had a chat with one of my pals, and he said, "If you do that, you're just giving him airtime." I says, "Are you watching it?" He goes, "No, I'm not going to watch it." And I said to one of my mates around here over there, "I said, you watching it?" And he goes, "No, I'm not watching it." I goes, "Why?" He goes, "There's nobody famous in it this year." He goes, "They're all Z-listers." He goes, "Whereas it past, they've had like the cream of the crop, haven't they?" It looks like it's all dead on its arse at the moment, doesn't it?
It's a worn out format, I think, now, isn't it? It's been on the go for a long time, is it? 20 years, is it? Has it been 20 years on the go, that?
Yeah. Big Ron will be watching it, because Farage is his mate, isn't it? It's his big chum. So Big Ron will be watching it, and he'll be wanting Bellew and Farage to get at it, Big Ron.
No time for Farage,
Can you?
I said, nah.
I like Farage.
Nah, I just think he's an arsehole, but
he don't like Scottish people, does he?
I bet Julian doesn't like him. Julian's a socialist. I like Julian's politics. You can tell him.
Julian, you could give Julian £1 million and it won't change his life, you know.
I'd get on well with him politically wise. I think he's got. He's a humble guy. He shares my politics.
Well, he's dad a coal miner. Julian's dad a coal miner.
I mean, I don't care. There's too much greed in the world. People want all this millions and billions. There's more billionaires now than there's ever been, and it's just disgusting. There's more poor people and there's more rich people. The divide between rich and poor, it's never been so wide, I don't think.
There's no in between, is there, Andy?
Yeah, and Farage, he's up there. He's a super tough, isn't he, Farage? So I don't care for him. He came to Scotland once and he had to get locked in a pub because it was a baying crowd following him about outside in Edinburgh, I think it was. But nah, I just think he's an arsehole. But that's just my opinion. I'm not asking anybody to agree with me. That's just the way I see it. But that's it. He's not popular up here, I don't think.
Tony Bellew's got into jungle 17.5 stone, hasn't he?
Is he? Aye.
It's a lot of that. He's massive, isn't he? He's probably stopping up.
Aye, probably because he'll not get to eat much, and he'll not get to eat much he likes in there, I don't think.
Hey, listen, none of them will be eating much. With some Bush Tucker trials, Tony's going to have to do because he'll quit on every one of them, I hope.
I heard Farage last night. I think my wife said she was watching it, and she said that she reeled out all the different kind of penises that he was eating.
Crocodile penis, kangaroo Tony Bellew, well, he's been chomping on eggs for the last 10 years. Hey? It's no Tony hasn't seen before. I mean, it wasn't that long. He had Bricktop in his hand, did he? He used to take Bricktop telling him what a great fella he was and he loved him and all that. What is all that about?
No. It's cringe, yeah.
And now he's done the same to Eddie, and oh my God. What's Bellew going to do now Eddie's on Skid Row?
It's just always the matchroom narrative, isn't he? Doesn't he? He'll not speak out his own opinion, He'll never seems to give his own opinion. And his scorecards, I don't know why they've even got him scoring fights when he's on the commentary.
Well, didn't they say they weren't going to let him be a pundit? Didn't they say we're not going to let Bellew ever be a commentator on a DAZN show again if it's his mate fighting? Well, they're all his mates.
Oh, they're all his mates. Was it a Chisora Usyk fight he was going mad at?
Oh?
Was it when Chisora fought Usyk? Was there something to do with him in that fight?
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, him and Penfold were screaming like banshees inside that ring, weren't they? And running around saying Derek definitely won by 3 rounds. What
Oh,
planet were they on? Who said they even got out of second gear?
like a sparring
Sorry,
session
no.
for him, wasn't it?
Sorry, Usyk didn't even get out of second gear when he fought Chisora.
That's
Eh?
it.
He played with him. Played with
It was,
have you seen state of Chisora now? He can't string a sentence together. The man needs
again,
putting in a Shackleton high seat chair, mate, and putting in a home.
he needs kept away from the boxing ring, that's for sure, I think.
Is what?
He needs kept away from the boxing ring.
Well,
Everybody
they
can
froze
see it
him out,
happening
haven't
except
they?
him. Yeah.
They froze him out. He can't get a fight him.
That's maybe a good thing for his own health. Eh?
It is a good thing because at the end of the day, all we're going to end up with is the body on slab.
Yeah. Tragedy. That's what's boiling up to be, isn't it? It's,
You know what I mean?
one of my pals, Bruce, he comes down here to watch boxing with me when there's a big fight on, and he was asking me earlier on. He says, I was working on his car. He says, "Who do you want to win out of Fury and Usyk?" I says, "Well, I'm no first two wins as long as it's a good fight." I says, "It might come you get a bore fest. It could just be trying to outdo each other technically, but just want to see a good fight. I'm not really." Most of the time, I'm not really fussed who wins, but as long as you get a good fight and a good fair fight and a good fair result, and no this shocking scorecard, bad decisions or anything by the judges, or the referee.
Yeah, it's madness, isn't it? Madness. Okay. Joshua, right? Is he ready for Walling? Yes or no? Or does Joshua get flogged by Walling?
I think he's going to get outworked by Wallen. I think I watched that Wallen fight. I seen most of that last fight he had. So he's just coming off a fight. He's ring fresh. There's no rust on him, and he's a busy fighter, and he throws a lot of punches. So and he's southpaw. And if Joshua comes out the way he did against Helenius, I mean Helenius jabbed bashed him up, didn't he, with the jab in that most of the fight. I think Helenius just got tired and then got knocked out. But I don't think Wallen's not going to get tired. I don't think. And
Walling carries enough power on it to keep Big Meat off.
Well, I think he carries enough power to discourage him. He probably doesn't carry enough power to knock him out of that. But if he can outwork him and overwhelm him, possibly, he maybe could force a stoppage that way. But I don't see him knocking him out. Though I think Joshua's he's more tentative about. He's more gun shy than actually chinny. I think he is a bit chinny. I think, but he's never been down that many times, has he?
No.
6 times. I think he's
been down.
6 times as many as that, is it? Right. So that's more. That's more than I thought.
He's hit the turf 6 times. Fury's hit it 7 times. But they're both. Eddie Hearn were telling us Joshua's going to be better than Ali. Right? He's going to be a goat, and Fury's saying he already is a goat. Third of them are not undisputed, and third of them have got 9 wins over champions between them. 9. Ali had 16.
That's it. When Fury
gets up, where they were 1 belt.
That's it. When Fury gets knocked down, he always gets up strong, no matter how hard he gets knocked down. But when Joshua gets knocked down, he's on chicken legs for a bit. When he gets up, he's no the steadiest, is he? When he gets back up, so.
Right, I'm going to ask you a question here, Andy. Right, it's a trick. It's not a trick question, right? So don't be coming out with any of that mumbling knackers that you come out. Scotch pucker.
I'll give you a straight answer.
Right, Joshua. How many fights, Andy, has Joshua had where it's been life and death and he's come through it? How many? Apart from the Vladimir one.
Apart from the Vladimir one, none really.
None. You could say Povetkin give him a bit early on, bust him up, didn't he?
Yeah, give him a bit earlier on.
What a life and death for it, because he were an old man when he put him out of there. Pulev, what a life and death. Brazil weren't. People keep going on about the Dylan White one like that were life and death. The only people who keep talking about that for years and years, they don't now though, but they did, were Basler Epstein and Eddie Hills. They were only ones that were saying it was life and death, and we want to see that again. Cool. That's what Barry Hearn kept saying. Listen, Basler, you weapon, you dodge pot. Dylan White never won 1 round out of that fight. 1 round. he got one punch in at the end of a round when he
Wobbled him,
flogged in that round. So Dylan White never won a round. So how on earth you nearly got that fight on as a rematch? And I don't know. That would have been another 6 months to prolong the belt, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Whatever.
that's it.
Just keep Joshua in mix another 6 months because I don't think he had a belt then, did he? Or did he? Either way, point I want to make.
No.
Who wanted to see Dylan White and Joshua in a rematch? Because the first one didn't warrant it. All it warranted were all that hype on IFL and all the knackers that IFL and Matchroom chattered. Nobody wanted to see it. Nobody, and he were undeserving of that fight as well. Forget what ranking he had. Load of crap. Dylan White didn't deserve that rematch.
I don't think Dylan White ever warranted the ranking he had anyway, did he? He was shouting. What was he shouting for 40% when he fought Fury or something? Something ridiculous.
You know, Dylan White. Dylan White is a classic example of somebody who parks himself up as a #1 challenger in these commissions. They park themselves up and they hope for a chink in the armor. And what I mean by a chink in the armor, bit like Billy Joe Saunders when he got that step aside money. You know, because you remember when Billy Joe got 100 grand to step aside? You remember back in the day?
All right.
Were it Kid Chocolate who stepped in and fought somebody? I forget now. But point I want to make is Billy Joe's had step aside, and a few have had it over the years. And do you know what I call step aside? Free gratis.
Free gratis, huh?
Free gratis. Dylan White thought he could have free gratis. Or did Dylan White at any stage take free gratis? But we don't know about it because we were never going to know about that drug test he failed. So if we weren't going to know about drug tests, they tried to bury them, they'd bury that, wouldn't they? The old step aside money, you know, an envelope on the table. Just step aside for this mansion, let him have a voluntary. We know what goes happen. Listen, I've been sat in there, phone calls about stuff like that. I've seen people ring up and say, well, give me £1,000 and we'll vacate this belt. Foxy little belt. Vacating for bags of sand. What on earth is all that about? Let's go on to part 2, Andy.
Okay, Russ. Cheers.
Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment, all you part 1 followers. Only the hardcores watch part 2 according to analytics. Pop, pop, pop.